Captain Alex Carter gazed out of the observation deck aboard the USS Explorer, the cold starlight of distant suns glinting off the ship's hull. They were in orbit around Zanara, a planet ripe for potential colonization, its surface teeming with lush forests and broad plains. But Zanara was more than just a candidate for human expansion. It was a mystery wrapped in the unknown of deep space. "Captain, you'll want to see this," came the voice of Dr. Emily Stone, his chief science officer, over the comm. Alex made his way to the lab, the heart of scientific discovery on their vessel. Inside, the team was huddled around a display screen showing a live feed from a surface probe. There, amidst the dense alien foliage, was a creature unlike any they had documented before. "It's some kind of fauna," Emily explained, pointing to the creature that resembled an earth puppy with shimmering fur that seemed to ripple with colors reflecting its surroundings. It lay limping, its whimpering sounds carried through the probe's audio. "How certain are we that it's not just a native species resembling Earth animals?" Alex asked, his eyes not leaving the screen. "Biometric scans suggest it's sentient, maybe even telepathic. Its neural patterns are off the charts," Emily replied, her tone a mixture of excitement and concern. Alex weighed the implications. Protocols for new life forms were strict, yet the creature clearly needed help. "Prepare a retrieval unit," he decided, his voice firm. "We're bringing it aboard for medical assessment." The decision didn't come lightly. Introducing an alien life form to the crew could risk contamination or worse. But Alex's gut told him this creature was important, maybe even crucial to understanding Zanara. The retrieval was swift. The creature, small and frail, was encased in a portable biohazard unit and brought to the ship's medical bay. The medical team, led by Dr. Maya Lin, worked diligently to stabilize the animal. "It's dehydrated and malnourished, but I think it'll make it," Dr. Lin announced after a thorough examination. She looked up at Alex. "It's as if it was waiting for us, Captain." As Alex watched the creature slowly recover, it opened its eyes, deep, mesmerizing orbs that seemed to hold the night sky within them. The creature gazed at Alex, and a sense of calm washed over him. It was as though the little being understood him, understood that it was safe. He named it Lumo, a nod to its shimmering coat. Over the following days, Lumo became more than just a subject of scientific interest. He became a part of the crew. His presence was a soothing balm to the loneliness that often accompanied space travel, and his playful antics brought smiles and laughter to the corridors of the USS Explorer. But as Lumo integrated into the life aboard the ship, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to Lumo's story. His arrival couldn't be mere coincidence, and Alex suspected that the mysteries of Zanara were just beginning to unfold. As Lumo's health returned, so did his spirit. With it came an array of inexplicable abilities, hinting at hidden depths yet to be explored. Little did they know, the true test of their resolve and understanding of universal fraternity was just on the horizon. As Alex watched Lumo playfully chase his own shimmering tail, he prepared himself and his crew for whatever challenges lay ahead, their course set on a journey of discovery that would redefine their very understanding of life in the cosmos. Captain Alex Carter stood before his senior staff in the conference room aboard the USS Explorer. The mood was tense, a stark contrast to the typical routine of mapping stars and planets. At the center of their discussion was Lumo, the alien creature they had rescued from Zanara. "Bringing Lumo aboard was a direct violation of protocol," started Lieutenant Harris, the security chief, his brow furrowed with concern. "We don't know enough about its species. For all we know, it could be carrying pathogens we have no resistance to." Alex understood the risks, but as he looked around the room, seeing the faces of his crew, he knew they felt what he did, a profound connection to this helpless creature that had instantly become part of their interstellar family. "I'm aware of the protocols, Lieutenant, but leaving Lumo to die wasn't an option. Besides, Dr. Lin's reports have been clear, no pathogens, no danger." Dr. Lin nodded, adding, "Not only is Lumo harmless, but he shows signs of intelligence and emotional awareness, far beyond what we've seen in non-sentient creatures. There might be a lot we can learn from him." Emily chimed in with her observations. Lumo's ability to alter his fur color and texture on command isn't just camouflage. It's an advanced form of communication. He changes colors in response to emotional stimuli and his environment. The room mulled over this information, considering the scientific and ethical dimensions. Alex continued, "Our mission is to explore and understand. Lumo is an opportunity for us to learn about alien life in a way we've never before encountered." As they debated, Lumo, who had been allowed into the room, trotted over to the holographic display of Zenara in the center of the table. With a playful nudge, he changed the display's colors, seemingly amused by his interaction with the technology. The crew laughed, a momentary relief from the weight of their discussion. But it was then that the ship's alarm system blared. "Unidentified vessel approaching," announced the voice of the ship's AI. Everyone rushed to the bridge. As they stared out into the vastness of space, a sleek, metallic ship, unlike any they had known, glided into view, its design elegant yet formidable, clearly not human. Alex took a deep breath and opened communications. "This is Captain Alex Carter of the USS Explorer. We mean you no harm. Please identify yourself." The screen flickered to life, revealing a being with a serene yet stern face, their skin shimmering with the same lustrous quality as Lumo's fur. "I am Commander Tivar of the Zevan Empire. You are holding something very precious to us." Alex exchanged a quick glance with Lumo, whose fur had turned a deep shade of blue, a color they had learned signaled fear. "We've rescued an injured creature which we've come to know as Lumo. He was alone and hurt." Tivar's eyes softened momentarily. "Lumo is what you call him. He is Karen, a being of great importance to our people. His presence in your care must be discussed." As negotiations began, Alex realized the gravity of their situation. They were no longer just explorers or scientists. They were diplomats on the fragile front line of interstellar relations. How they handled this could forge a bond between humanity and the Zevans or spark a conflict in the stars. In the days following the tense encounter with the Zevans, Lumo became an integral part of the USS Explorer's crew. Captain Alex Carter watched as Lumo's unique qualities unfolded further, bringing both wonder and warmth to the ship's daily routine. Lumo's ability to connect with the crew went beyond simple pet-like behavior. He seemed to possess an empathic sense, reacting to the crew's emotions with a sensitive understanding that bordered on telepathic. His presence had a calming effect, especially as the crew navigated the uncertainties of their situation with the Zevans. During a particularly stressful day, Alex found Lumo in the engineering bay, surrounded by curious engineers. The alien creature was interacting with the ship's systems, his fur shifting colors rhythmically, syncing with the pulsing lights of the console. "Watch this, Captain," called out Chief Engineer Morales, a wide grin on her face. She pointed at a panel that had been malfunctioning for weeks. Lumo touched the console, his fur emitting a soft glow, and the panel flickered back to life. He fixed it somehow. He understands our technology, or maybe he communicates with it. Alex was amazed but also cautious. "Let's keep this under wraps for now. We need to understand more about how he does this without risking our systems," he advised, pondering the implications of Lumo's abilities. The next morning, Alex introduced Lumo to a more formal scientific observation session, aiming to document his capabilities under controlled conditions. Dr. Lin and Emily prepared a series of non-invasive tests to measure Lumo's responses to various stimuli. As they worked, Lumo seemed eager to participate, his colors shimmering with what appeared to be excitement. When presented with complex puzzles, Lumo solved them with astonishing speed, his fur flickering in vibrant patterns that Emily recorded and analyzed. "It's like he's talking through his fur," Emily noted, fascinated. "These patterns are consistent, almost like a language. He's not just showing intelligence, he's showing consciousness." Their session was interrupted by a soft alarm. Another ship was approaching. It was smaller than the Zevan vessel, less imposing, but it hailed them immediately. Alex responded, and a new alien face appeared on their screen. "This is Ambassador Irix from the Intergalactic Peace Coalition," the figure announced in a fluid, musical voice. "We've been monitoring your situation with the Zevan Empire. We believe you might require assistance." Alex was cautious but intrigued. We appreciate your concern, Ambassador. We're navigating a complex situation here. Indeed, Irix replied, their eyes flickering with a subtle glow. The Karen with you, whom you call Lumo, is of significant interest across the galaxy. His species is rare, known for their innate ability to bond with technology and life forms. They are peacekeepers by nature. As Alex absorbed this new information, Lumo trotted over, his fur a soothing shade of green, and placed his paw gently on Alex's hand. It was as if Lumo understood the gravity of the conversation and was offering his support. "Thank you, Ambassador Irix," Alex acknowledged. "We may indeed need guidance on how best to protect and possibly return Lumo to his people without conflict." As the call ended, Alex looked down at Lumo, reassured yet responsible. They had not just rescued a lost creature, they had found a new friend, one whose very existence could bridge the gap between distant worlds. The path ahead would be fraught with diplomatic challenges, but with Lumo's help, they hoped to navigate it peacefully. Days turned into weeks as the USS Explorer continued its journey through space with Lumo, now an official crew member. Captain Alex Carter had grown increasingly protective of the small alien, whose playful antics and surprising abilities brought light to the ship amidst the uncertainties of deep space. As Alex sat in his quarters reviewing the day's logs, his thoughts were interrupted by an urgent call from the bridge. "Captain, you need to see this. The Zevans are back and they're not alone this time." Lieutenant Harris's voice was tense over the comm. Alex hurried to the bridge, his heart pounding with a mix of dread and resolve. As he entered, the view screen displayed the vastness of space now occupied by 3 large Zevan ships, their sleek metallic surfaces glinting menacingly in the starlight. Commander Tivar appeared on the communication panel, her expression stern and uncompromising. "Captain Carter, we have shown patience in your handling of the Karen creature. Now we must insist on his return. He belongs with his own kind, under the protection and guidance of the Zevan Empire." Alex stood firm, his gaze locked on the Zevan commander. "Commander Tivar, with all due respect, Lumo has become a valued member of our crew. He is not a prisoner here. He is free to stay or leave, and he chooses to stay." Tivar's eyes narrowed. "This is not a matter of choice, Captain. The Karen, known to us as real, is a ward of the Zevan state. Due to their unique abilities, they are crucial to our technology and our society's welfare. Your refusal to return him is a breach of galactic law." As the standoff escalated, Emily quickly relayed a private message to Alex. "Captain, there's something about their claim that doesn't add up. I've been digging into some encrypted galactic records. The Zevans may not be telling us the whole truth about Lumo's species." Alex nodded, buying time. "Commander, let's discuss this diplomatically. Perhaps there's a compromise that respects both our positions." Before Tivar could respond, an alarm blared. The Zevans had launched a small shuttle, presumably a boarding party. Alex acted swiftly. "Red alert. Prepare to repel boarders. Non-lethal measures only. We won't escalate this unless absolutely necessary." The crew sprang into action, securing the ship's vital areas. Lumo, sensing the tension, stayed close to Alex, his fur oscillating between shades of red and blue, mirroring the alarm lights flashing throughout the Explorer. As the Zevan shuttle docked, Alex, accompanied by Lieutenant Harris and several security officers, met the boarding party in the airlock. The Zevans, led by a stern officer, stepped aboard. "We come in peace, Captain Carter, to retrieve our ward," the officer stated, his voice firm yet without aggression. Alex took a deep breath, standing between the Zevans and the path to Lumo. "As I said, Lieutenant, there's no need for conflict." Behind the scenes, Emily worked frantically to uncover more about the Zevan claims, hoping to find leverage to keep Lumo safe and free. As both parties faced each other in a tense standoff, the fate of Lumo hung in the balance, the atmosphere charged with the potential for both diplomatic resolution and interstellar conflict. As negotiations with the Zevan boarding party stagnated in the conference room, Captain Alex Carter felt a growing unease. The Zevan insistence on retrieving Lumo, whom they referred to as real, was laced with a polite yet unyielding demand. Their claims of his importance to their society didn't fully mask the underlying tone of exploitation. Alex excused himself under the pretext of needing to consult with his crew, giving him the chance to finalize a plan he had been formulating ever since the Zevon first reappeared. Meeting in a secure communications room with Lieutenant Harris, Dr. Lin, and Emily, Alex quickly laid out his strategy. "We can't let Lumo go back with them, not only because he's our friend, but because it's clear they're using his kind for their own gains," Alex explained. His team nodded in agreement, their faces set with determination. Emily chimed in. "I've managed to access some encrypted Zevon logs. Lumo's species is enslaved, forced to maintain their tech. It's not just exploitation, it's systematic abuse." "That settles it," Alex declared. "We execute a rescue mission. We can't fight the Zevon head-on, but maybe we don't have to. Emily, can you disrupt their ship systems long enough for us to make a move?" "I think so," Emily replied, her fingers already dancing across her tablet. "I can send a malware loop to their guidance system. It'll look like a glitch, nothing traceable back to us directly." "Perfect. Harris, prepare a diversion. We need to keep them focused on us while Emily works her magic. Dr. Lin, make sure Lumo is safe and out of sight." The team sprang into action. Harris organized a series of minor but attention-grabbing technical malfunctions aboard the Explorer, and Emily deployed her crafted malware. Within minutes, reports came in of malfunctions aboard the Zevon ships, causing a flurry of activity that drew their focus away from the negotiations. Using the chaos as cover, Alex led Lumo through a series of maintenance corridors, avoiding main passageways where they might encounter Zevon officers. They moved towards a shuttle bay, the escape route already planned out. Dr. Lin stayed behind to provide medical assistance as needed, ensuring that any crew member injured during the diversion was cared for. Her presence helped maintain the ruse of a ship in disarray. As they reached the shuttle, Alex looked back, hoping their plan would hold long enough to get them away safely. Lumo seemed to sense the gravity of the situation, his colors shifting anxiously. Alex placed a reassuring hand on the creature, whispering, "We're going to get you home, Lumo." Hands tight with a silent prayer, Alex piloted the shuttle out of the Explorer's bay, slipping past the distracted Zevon fleet. The stars ahead offered a brief respite, the vastness of space a temporary shield from the turmoil behind them. But Alex knew the hardest part of their journey was just beginning. The fight for Lumo's freedom was far from over. The shuttle glided silently through the vacuum of space, the USS Explorer shrinking behind them. Captain Alex Carter maintained a firm grip on the controls, his eyes constantly scanning the readouts. Every beep and blink was a reminder of the perilous journey they had embarked upon. Beside him, Lumo's colors rippled anxiously, reflecting his awareness of the tense atmosphere. As they moved farther from the Zevon ships, Alex breathed a sigh of relief, thinking they might just escape without confrontation. But that hope was dashed when the comm system crackled to life. "Captain Carter, this is Commander Tivar. You have taken something very valuable from us. Return the Kiren immediately or face the consequences." Alex's jaw tightened as he responded. "Commander Tivar, with all due respect, Lumo is not an object to be owned. He's a sentient being and has the right to choose where he wants to be." There was a pause before Tivar replied, her voice colder. "You are meddling in affairs beyond your understanding, human. This will not end well for you." Before Alex could reply, alarms blared throughout the shuttle. The Zevons had launched fighters, sleek vessels that cut through space with intimidating speed. Alex's hands flew over the controls, evading incoming fire. "Hold on, Lumo!" Alex shouted as he maneuvered the shuttle into an asteroid field, hoping the rocky terrain would give them some cover. Lumo, understanding the gravity of the situation, huddled by Alex's side, his body glowing faintly, pulsating in sync with Alex's heartbeat. Emily's voice came through the comm, patched from the Explorer. "Captain, I've managed to enhance the shuttle's shield frequency with Lumo's help. It's not much, but it should give you a bit more protection against their blasters." "Thanks, Emily. Keep looking for any advantage we might use," Alex replied, his voice calm despite the adrenaline surging through his veins. The asteroid field proved to be both a blessing and a curse. While it provided cover, navigating the dense cluster under fire was no easy feat. Alex expertly piloted the shuttle, weaving through narrow gaps and occasionally using larger asteroids as barriers against the Zevan fire. As they dodged and weaved, Lumo's glow intensified, and Alex noticed a pattern. Whenever they neared a particularly large asteroid, Lumo's colors shifted toward a bright spectrum. On a hunch, Alex steered the shuttle close to one of these asteroids. As they approached a particularly large one, Lumo's glow burst brightly. And suddenly the asteroid shifted, revealing itself to be not a rock but a dormant alien vessel camouflaged against the debris. Acting quickly, Alex hailed the vessel. To his surprise, the ship powered up, responding to Lumo's unique energy signature. A voice old and wise crackled through the comm. "You are not alone, Captain Carter. We, the ancients of Karen, owe a debt to the young one beside you. We will assist." With the support of the newly awakened alien vessel, Alex felt the tide of battle turn. The Karen ship was formidable, equipped with advanced technology that disabled the Zevan fighters with precision. One by one, the fighters retreated, unwilling to engage with an unknown and powerful adversary. As the last of the fighters disappeared into the vastness of space, Alex allowed himself a moment of relief. Lumo nuzzled against his arm, his colors now a soothing pattern of blues and greens. "Thank you, my friend," Alex whispered to Lumo, grateful for the unexpected allies they had found in this remote corner of the galaxy. With the Karen's help, Alex was more determined than ever to ensure Lumo's freedom and safety. As the shuttle approached Zanara, Captain Alex Carter felt the weight of their diplomatic mission intensifying. The landscape below, a vibrant tapestry of greens and blues, signaled not just their arrival at Lumo's native planet, but also a turning point in galactic relations. Alex was aware that the eyes of several star systems were on them, watching to see how humanity handled this delicate situation. Beside him, Lumo, or Riel, as he was known among his people, vibrated with excitement, his colors shifting rapidly, a dazzling display of emotion that Alex had learned to read over their time together. It was clear that Lumo recognized his home, and his joy was infectious. The shuttle landed gently on a clearing surrounded by towering flora that resembled giant ferns. The air was filled with the sweet scent of Zanara's abundant plant life, and the sounds of unseen creatures echoed softly in the distance. As the shuttle doors opened, a group of Karen awaited them, their forms similar to Lumo's but adorned with more elaborate color patterns and brighter hues, signifying their status within their society. An elder Karen whose fur shimmered with deep shades of indigo and silver, indicating wisdom and age, stepped forward. This was Therin, the leader of the Karen Council. His presence was both commanding and serene, and as he approached, Alex could feel a gentle mental touch, an offer of communication and peace. "Welcome, Captain Alex Carter of the Earthship Explorer. We are deeply grateful for the return of Riel, who was lost to us and whom we feared we would never see again. Your actions have brought us great joy and hope," Therin communicated, his mental voice echoing with warmth and authority. Alex bowed slightly, respecting the Karen customs. "It is our honor to return Riel to his home. We have come to learn much from him about bravery, friendship, and the interconnectedness of all beings. We hope this marks the beginning of a lasting friendship between our peoples." The assembly moved towards one of the larger structures nearby, a building that seemed to grow out of the ground itself, its walls alive with pulsating colors. Inside, the hall was vast and open, filled with light that seemed to emanate from the structure itself. Therin led Alex and his crew, along with Riel, to the center of the hall, where a ceremony of reintegration for Riel was to take place. As the ceremony commenced, Riel was surrounded by Karen who hummed in a low melodic tone. The air around them shimmered, and Lumo's body lit up with radiant light, his colors blending and shifting in response to the harmonies. After the ceremony, Therin addressed the gathered crowd, which included delegates from neighboring star systems who had come to witness the event. "Today, we not only celebrate Riel's return, but also the courage and integrity of our friends from Earth. Let this day be remembered as a symbol of what can be achieved when different peoples unite for a common good." Therin's announcement was met with applause and a murmur of approval from the assembly. Discussions ensued about formalizing ties with Earth and establishing Zanara as a sanctuary for knowledge and cultural exchange. As the gathering continued, Alex felt a profound sense of fulfillment. They had navigated through potential conflict to bring about a peaceful resolution, and in doing so had opened doors to future collaborations. Later, as Alex prepared to depart, Reel approached him, the colors in his fur calm and warm, indicating affection and gratitude. "Alex, you have been more than a friend. You have been a protector and a teacher. Know that you and your crew will always be honored here." Alex placed his hand on Reel's head, his heart full. "And you, Reel, have taught us much about resilience and the strength of bonds. We'll carry your story with us as we continue our journey among the stars." With final goodbyes, Alex and his crew returned to their shuttle, leaving Zanara behind, but taking with them the lessons and memories of their remarkable encounter. As the shuttle ascended into the starlit sky, Alex knew that the impact of their mission would resonate far beyond the confines of their ship, shaping their approach to the unknown challenges and wonders of the universe. As the shuttle ascended from the vibrant world of Zanara, Captain Alex Carter took one last look at the lush landscape sprawling beneath them. The ceremony, marking Lumo's return, and the establishment of new diplomatic ties had been more profound than Alex had anticipated, and he felt a deep sense of pride and optimism. Back aboard the USS Explorer, the crew was bustling with excitement over their successful mission. The diplomatic channels were already abuzz with discussions about the implications of humanity's role in restoring a lost Kiren to his home. It seemed that overnight, the crew of the Explorer had become galactic celebrities, heralded as champions of compassion and interstellar cooperation. In the ship's main conference room, Alex convened a meeting with his senior officers and several Karen representatives who had chosen to accompany them back to Earth. The goal was clear: to outline the future responsibilities of Earth as a guardian of Zanara, and to discuss the integration of Karen technology and culture into the broader galactic community. "We've been given a great honor but also a tremendous responsibility," Alex began, addressing the room. "Zanara is now under our protection, and we must ensure that it remains a safe haven for the Karen and a symbol of peaceful interstellar relations." The Karen elder Therin, who had joined the delegation, spoke next. "We are entrusting you with our safety, but also with our knowledge. Zanara will serve as a center for learning and exchange for all peaceful civilizations, and we hope to host representatives from many worlds." The discussion that followed focused on the logistical aspects of setting up an interstellar embassy on Zanara, the exchange of technological insights, and the establishment of a cultural exchange program. The Karen were particularly keen on sharing their advanced bioengineering techniques, which had allowed them to integrate their technology seamlessly with their natural environment, a topic of great interest to Earth's scientists. As the meeting drew to a close, Alex felt reassured by the commitment and enthusiasm of all parties involved. The path forward was ambitious, but filled with potential for groundbreaking advancements and new alliances. The next few days were a whirlwind of preparations. The Explorer was retrofitted with Karen communication technology, enhancing its capability to serve as a mobile command center for the operations on Zanara. Meanwhile, the crew received training on Karen customs and language to better facilitate the upcoming cultural exchanges. Amidst these preparations, Alex took a moment to reflect on the journey that had led them here, from rescuing a small, injured creature to standing at the forefront of a new chapter in galactic diplomacy. It had been an extraordinary voyage of discovery and growth. Finally, the day came for the Explorer to return to Earth. The ship was packed with artifacts and cultural gifts from the Karen, along with a wealth of data to be shared with Earth's leaders and the public. The mood aboard was festive, yet underscored by a sense of duty to share their story and the lessons learned with the world. As Earth came into view, a beautiful blue orb suspended in the starry void, Alex addressed the crew. "What we've accomplished isn't just about making headlines or becoming heroes. It's about proving that humanity has a role to play in the cosmic community, that we can be a force for good, for unity, and for peace." The Explorer entered Earth's atmosphere, the familiar blue skies welcoming them home. As they landed, they were greeted by crowds and cameras, But for Alex, the true welcome was the sense of accomplishment and the promise of the future. The mission had changed them all, broadened their horizons, and taught them the value of empathy and courage across the stars. Looking forward, Alex knew that their role as guardians of Zanara was just the beginning. Humanity was stepping into a larger universe with endless possibilities and new horizons to explore. As they embarked on this new chapter, they carried with them the spirit of unity and the bonds formed among the stars, ready to face whatever challenges and wonders lay ahead.